Spokane Storytime. Do you know what happened to the children of the sun? I bet you don't want to. Let's find out together. So Spokane means children of the sun, or sun people, which makes sense because the Spokane tribe were masters of migrational and seasonal patterns. They fished the salmon in the Spokane River, and they also harvested camas, which is a flower that has a small root-like bulb that kind of looks like a baby onion, and that was one of their main food sources. The Spokane tribe lived along the Spokane River all the way from Coeur d'Alene to Lake Roosevelt, and everything was cool up until the early 1800s, and that's when the Lewis and Clark expedition arrived. And then a few years later, the fur trappers and the Jesuits came. Things got really bad in the early 1850s when the U.S. military arrived. They had this magical piece of paper called a treaty, and they were like, hey, you need to sign this because we're going to give you nothing in exchange for all of your land. Spokane tribe was like, no, we're not going to sign that. And so they stood on business, and in 1858 they teamed up with the Palouse, Yakima, and Coeur d'Alene tribes, and they had the Battle of the Spokane Plains out by the airport. It wasn't a very fair fight because they didn't have guns or cannons, so they lost. Not to mention the tribes already had depleted numbers because of the European diseases that they brought into the area from 50 years ago. General Colonel Wright didn't think that was good enough, and he didn't want them to continue to resist, so he destroyed all of their food sources and came out here to the Spokane River along this spot and killed 800 of their horses. And that's why our memorial is out here near the Spokane River, and it talks about making sure there isn't another Indian outbreak. And so a few weeks later, Chief Qualshin rode into Colonel Wright's camp, and he immediately captured him and unalived him. And he also hung 6 of the other tribal leaders as well. And about an hour south of Spokane, you can find the Chief Qualshin Hanging Tree Monument. And that's how Hangman Creek got its name, which was then later renamed to Latah Creek. And Latah is the Native American translation for the word fish. And then in Spokane, Colonel Wright Way was renamed to Wistocks Way. And Wistocks translates to she who watches in Native American. And she was the wife of Chief Qualshin, and she watched the whole thing happen. And now you know how Spokane actually got its name.